Good evening, folks. This is Bessenslot, and welcome back to Minecraft Dinosaurs. I want to thank you guys so much for the incredible number of comments I had in the last video about whether we should use creative mode to build the museum or not, and I will say the response was overwhelmingly in favour of actually doing this, in favour of using creative mode to build the museum. So I apologise to everyone who isn't as sold on the idea. I really do. I know there were some people who weren't convinced, and I wish I could do more about that, but I'm going to pretend to be a democracy, shall we say. Now, I was going to come up and build this in brick. I actually did the outline in brick and everything like that, and I've been thinking about this. So the plan is we're going to kind of do a middle ground. We're definitely not doing creative for the whole series. I want to really get that on record. As soon as this museum is built, we're going back to survival for the next 25 or so episodes at least, if not more. I really can't think of anything else I'm going to build in creative down the line anyway, so it may be forever after that. I just want the museum to look a little bit different. So I was going to build it in brick, like my little example image I've got on my phone and stuff like this, and I just think it's not going to fit in. I think it's really important that we maintain the sort of theme and thematics that we've got going throughout the entire park. I think in order to make it look good, that is basically completely necessary. So we're going to stick with it. We're going to stick with our current theme as best we can, which means using a lot of wood, basically. A lot of wood, a lot of cobblestone, a lot of glass, stuff like that. We're even going to use the same type of glass. I've been considering doing a different one, but I think we're going to stick with the same one. Let's grab some spruce, and I think that's it. What are you? Are you dark? No, spruce. Spruce and normal is our sort of main two. We do have some dark oak in there every now and again, but it's much rarer than the spruce and the oak, so we're going to stick with those. We're basically going to build the barn again, but in museum form. Inside, however, the problem is if you build the outside in brick, it kind of sticks out. It just doesn't blend in with what we've built so far. But inside is where the creative mode is going to come into use a little bit more. We're going to start using all those different textures, all those different blocks to build something we literally couldn't build if we weren't in creative mode. Otherwise, what would be the point in creative mode? I'm fine farming loads of cobblestone. It doesn't make a difference. So let's get to work. What we're going to do first of all is just build a little bit of an outline in stone. So, oopsie daisy. I've never actually used this tool, or very briefly, so kind of just figuring it out. There's going to be glass. Oh, no, I already don't want to do this. Okay, so what I'm thinking instead... Oh, no, I've made a mistake. I've made a terrible mistake. Okay, so this is going to be a double floor museum, right? And then it's going to come in a little bit at the first floor, just so the outside looks a little bit more interesting. If I drop down here, so we want the top of the cobblestone to be the bottom of the next floor, if that makes sense. So let's go up to there. We're going to change that in a bit. It's not going to be some big block of stone. So it's going to come out here. Let's see what that looks like. You want to make sure there's enough room. It's got to feel grand. It's got to feel big. That would be the next floor. So the actual museum itself would be about twice to 2.5 times that size. It's going to be a bloody giant. It's going to be a monolith. It really is. Right, so we're going to say that's high enough. We're probably going to do quite a little, quite a little long episode here, but we're just going to chill and we're going to just work as much as we can on building the museum. So, settle down, get yourself a cup of tea or a bottle of vodka or whatever you're feeling today, and let's build a park. Right, so that's the base floor. Now what I'm thinking is I really want to integrate the wood and the glass, and that's about it. I don't want... This is my main worry about using cobblestone, is that it would end up looking like this, basically, just like a big wall of cobblestone. So what we're going to do instead is click here, boop, and then click over here, there, and we do oops, set 0. Look at that, beautiful! I know things. I know how to do things. I know you're all very impressed right now. I'm very... Oopsie do. And we're going to do the same over here. And then we're going to fill it with wood. And we're going to fill it with glass. And maybe this will all look terrible. But at the very least, it won't look like a big piece of stone. That's all I'm trying to avoid here. Saying that, I do want that stone to be there. We need to bring... No, okay. So, we now want to cover the outside. I haven't really planned this out, if I'm being totally honest. But we're just going to cover the outside with spruce. Now, I want to try something. If we put a spruce block there, and we do this, boop, and boop, And then we do this. Does that work? Ah, damn it. I like the cobblestone. I really do. I would love the texture of it in Chroma Hills. You know, this texture pack we're using. I think it looks really, really good. It's just, we've got so much of the stuff that sometimes it gets a little bit, you know, look at it. It has a lot of cobblestone, a lot of spruce, and a lot of oak. It really is. Right, so the next step then is to bring that floor up again by one more, maybe a little bit smaller. And then we're going to do like a glass archway in the middle. This building's going to be freaking ginormous. So we're going to try to do that. I'm just going to follow this edge around with the cobblestone. I just think it needs a little bit of a gap. Otherwise, I'm already a little worried it's going to look weird from the side, but the gap just gives it a little bit of character. I think we're going to put some archway windows in this second floor. I think that's going to look pretty cool as well. We're just going to have some fun with it. Like, I don't know if we're going to finish the entire thing in this episode. But if not, we will come back, and it means you guys can... We'll probably leave like a little bit on purpose so you guys can leave some suggestions and, you know, tell me what you want to see in it and stuff like that. So keep an eye out for that. Just like let me know in the comments down below, basically. And I really want to thank you guys for voting. I had like 400 votes or 300 votes or something. Utterly ridiculous. And it was overwhelmingly in favour of yes. But I'm going to promise right now, hand on heart, we are not sticking with creative mode. It's definitely a survival playthrough. I really don't know what else we would use creative for, if I'm honest. I can't think of another big building I want to build, so I wouldn't worry too much about it for those of you who were a little bit worried. Saying that, we haven't really been playing this as survival in a way. Like, I've been on peaceful mode most of the time, so... Okay. Cool. Right, let's bring that up. Right, how many blocks tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to make this one 5. I want the top floor to be slightly smaller. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And same over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One misclick with this tool is hell. It can do so much damage. Okay. It's a very strange looking building, isn't it? At the moment, it's a strange looking building. It will be beautiful eventually. Now, this is probably the first place we're going to use a different texture a little bit. I want like an accent. I'm thinking we're going to do like the arch, right? I want like a glass arch in the middle. I think it's going to look really good. Maybe like a different material to kind of just outline on the stone. Maybe just use a different stone texture. Let's see what we can get here. Anything good? Yeah, let's search on here. Stone. What have we got? Let's grab a couple of these. Probably that one. Probably the bricks. It's not going to blend in completely right. Okay, so the idea is this the idea? Yeah, right, so what we're going to do, I'm just trying to figure this out. We're going to put a layer of this in. This, I think, is still kind of... It's okay to have an accent that maybe isn't present on all the other buildings, as long as it doesn't dominate, basically, and I don't think this will. There we go. Okay. The arch is going to go from there. It's going to go from one side to the other, basically. This is not something I would claim to be particularly proficient at. I would not say this is my strong suit, design-wise. I'm trying to think how this is going to work with the shape I've built as well. I think those side bits are going to have to come in a little bit more. Do I want this to sit back? As in, do we want the arch to start there, maybe? Just so there's a little bit of a lip. I'm going to stop saying the word lip. I think so. I think that's probably good enough. Okay, so how do we do this? God only knows. I think if we maybe just do a little tester, right? Right, if I do that in 2 blocks, it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough. Okay. So the challenge is to make it curve. We need like a half circle, right? It's actually really, it's honestly surprisingly difficult to do. We used to do it back in the day, and I used a program online and would plan out how to build this half circle from there, which is definitely something we could do. So you can see it started to go up, and now we need to bring it in a little bit. So we're going to do some doubles instead, like that, basically. I don't claim to be particularly Minecraft expert mode, in case people haven't realised. Yeah, I mean that's okay. We might bring in this this basalt in the other places as well, like further on down there. We do another double maybe, and then. Huh. Right, see that's too high. I would suggest. So we maybe want this one to be a triple, and then do a triple on top of that. Can I even do a triple on top of that? No. You know what? That's not bad for freehanding it. I would say that's okay. Are they the same size? It looks uneven to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. It's meant to curve, right? I think that's pretty good. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so we're gonna have. I do have like a mock image that I'm looking at. We're gonna have like a bit in the middle. This is like the central pillar that sort of sustains the glass. It's gonna look cool. It's gonna look cool. It may not look. I think it will look cool. I have faith. You've got to have faith in the coolness. It's gonna take 1 billion years, by the way. This bit is gonna take a long time. We're about to put down a whole lot of glass. Have I gone too far? Yeah, I have. As per usual. Right. Okay. Too far again? Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, so you do the same again at this side, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's a triple. That's a double. And then that should, in a set of ones, perfectly land. That's a 4. Beautiful. Kind of proud of that. Look at that. That's cool, right? That's going to look really good when filled with glass. It's maybe a little bit further in from the sides than I would have liked, but we can maybe turn that into something else pretty cool as well. Right. Okay, back to work. I told you this might take a while. Like I said, we're just going to do a long episode. You know, we're just going to chill. We're just going to keep building. I want you guys to be involved in this process as much as you can without actually, you know, saying words. If you want to talk to me, you know, break the time-space continuum somehow. Figure it out. You know, I can't tell you how to do everything. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So the idea as well is to have a few more things like this. I think the front isn't actually going to be glass. That's interesting. The front's probably going to be cobblestone in that gap. See, I'm looking at like a... Oh my god, it's huge. I didn't realise how big it was. Jesus. Like the top bit. The top bit is massive. And looks a little odd. I might replace this with cobblestone. Is okay, that is wrong. Why is that wrong? What? I have messed this up somehow. How have I done this? How have I screwed that up? Doesn't make sense to me. Am I missing something? Am I going crazy? Isn't that meant to be that way? That one's fine. That right? No, it's not even. I'm 1 block off. The left side is 1 block further from the edge. How has that happened? How has that possibly happened? Are you kidding me right now? Is it there? Is that where the problem is? Oh, come on! It's all wrong. The entire... It's all wrong. I have to scrap the entire roof. I'm very upset right now. I'm gonna skip forward, folks. Like, there comes a point where I'm not willing to put you guys through stuff again, and I have hit that point with what just happened. God damn it. After rebuilding it, I've also made it slightly smaller. I think it's a little... I think it looks pretty good though, right? I think that is pretty cool. I'm not sure about that missing bit of black at the front. I think the lower level maybe needs some black integrated with it to make it stick out a little bit less. I'm thinking maybe this block here or this block here. Let's just have a little look at how that looks. So the front. I think the black maybe sticks out a little bit too much, and maybe that there can be kind of, I don't know, to make the two floors just look a little bit different, I guess. At the moment, the black sticks out a little bit too much for my liking. And it means the two floors can have sort of a different style. I think this has to be the black stuff. The basalt. Otherwise, it's going to look a little bit silly. Right, so next step then is to cover the entire bloody thing in glass. I'm just going to do like one little bit. I'm not going to subject you guys, again, I'm not going to subject you guys to this entire thing. It might be quicker to do it like this now that I think about it. Okay. Okay, that's not bad. It does more than I expected. It's definitely a little quicker. It's not quick by any stretch of the imagination, but it's quicker. I think we'll probably... There's this bit here where it attaches on. I think we're probably just going to make this into the basalt as well. But yeah, that's what it's going to look like. And then that's going to go all the way across there in glass. I think that's going to look really, really cool by the end. We'll do a little bit more, and then, like I said, I don't want to put you guys through everything I'm doing. I'm just so nice, I know, it's crazy. We'll do a little time-lapse. I'll keep recording it, and you guys will be able to see a time-lapse of what's going on. I think that's a pretty cool idea. Yeah. Yeah, it's going to look good, right? Yeah, special slot, that's going to look amazing. Oh, thank you guys, that's very sweet of you. I don't know what we're going to do for the front. I think if we bring in some cobblestone, it might make it look a little less weird, and then a bit of glass. I don't know. I just want to build it all in brick, but it's going to stick out so much. Even already, the black makes it stick out more than it should. But I think enough cobblestone and enough glass will make the outside still blend in. Hopefully, that's the idea. Whether, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, maybe I can just bring this in by one, actually. I mean, there's going to be cobblestone here. Yeah, maybe if I just do that, that's going to look a little less obtrusive. Yeah, that already looks better. I'm not sure about that black layer. I think I was going to do it there, then I want to do it on the bottom as well. You guys need to stop just sitting on the feeder. It's very strange. Anyways, yes, I will do a little time lapse. We're going to fill in the roof. The roof, at least I know what I'm doing. So, let's get going. Okay then, that is the glass roof done. Yeah, it's interesting. Oh no, it's not quite done. Whoopsie daisy. Whoopsie. There we go. Lovely stuff. Right, let's see what that looks like from inside. Bearing in mind, yeah, I mean that looks pretty cool, right? I think that's what I wanted. I want something big and impressive, and of course it's going to let loads of light in, which is super important as well because it's a big building and they tend to get a little bit dark. You can see there's been monsters spawning in here already. Okay, so the next thing we want to do then is try to build a bit of a... This is the door. Okay, so we want to build a bit of an archway for the doorway as well. Let's bring that in by one. We're dealing with very limited space here, so I think we just go for a 2. And then... I don't really like it when there's a 1 at the top. How would I have it so it's not? It's like this. Yeah, that's okay. We'll go with that instead. Right, let's fill in this wall behind it temporarily. I don't know what we're going to do this with exactly. We might use a different texture. It's the inside. We can start to have a little bit of fun with the inside. That's the whole idea. But if I do that and the archway kind of sits in a little bit, it might look pretty cool. What's this? What are you doing? What? Oh, right there. I'm still not sure about this. The black. The black, the black, the black, the black, the black. I'm going to kill it for now. I think once the whole building's done, the black will stand out a little bit less on the roof, which is the main problem I've got right now. The wood looks a little strange as well. That's going to have to change. That's going to have to be different somehow. I feel like it needs wood integrated, or it's going to look weird though. I don't really know how else to do that so it doesn't. What I'm thinking is maybe this. Have like a black piping down the side instead. Yeah, I like that, and it gives it, like, again, it's all about these interesting shapes where we can possibly get them in. It just needs something so the black is less... It needs to blend in with the rest of the building a little bit better than it was. I'm wondering if I can then do something like this. And then this would be it. This would be enough to give it just like some ties. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty cool, actually. It's more like it's framing the building rather than just sort of sitting smack bang on the top of it, basically. I think this is pretty good. It's what you got to do. You got to practice, and you got to chuck blocks in and just mess around with stuff until it looks more. Yeah, I really like. I think that's a big improvement, actually. And we could actually make the frame of the building in the same stuff. Yeah, I'm still not sure about the wood. I don't know how else to do it, though. See if this helps. Because I don't want to go over the top with this stuff, but we'll see what happens. You never know if you don't try, folks. I think the wood is actually a major problem right now, more than the black stuff. And the black stuff is starting to... It's just starting to fit in a little bit better. It's looking good. I do want to stop saying the words "the black stuff," but it is literally the black stuff, so... yeah. I like that. I don't like the wood. The wood needs changing. Somehow. I'm not really sure how at this point in time. There needs to be some cobblestone up here as well. Maybe just... like a little window up here, maybe? If I do it like this... just match that all the way along. Nice and relatively thick for the cobblestone. And then... I mean, the more light we can get in here, the better. Like I say, it's a big old building. It needs something to brighten it up as much as we possibly can. Very can. My alternate plan is to replace the black stuff with wood. I think I'd go insane doing that again. Maybe I do like the lip, but only if the lip then drops into the building at the side like that. Maybe I like it more because the cobblestone's now sticking out as well. I don't know, it feels evil to me, doesn't it? I think it blends in ish with the environment. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't particularly stick out that much. I really think I might have to replace all of this with wood. I think if I replace all of this with spruce, it's going to look better. I think the whole thing is going to look better. If it's all... I'm just going to do like a layer of... Actually, we don't even want that to be there, so let's get rid of that. We're just going to replace a little bit of it with spruce to see if I'm willing to do what I've just suggested. Because it's going to take a long... I'm going to redo basically everything we've already done today. But I think if we properly stick to the same textures, it might end up looking better. Nah, if I was doing spruce, I would actually come across here, so... Just want to do a little bit so we can get a feel for it, basically. Oh god, I'm gonna do it, aren't I? Yep. Okay. Okay then. Bloody hell. Oh. Well, folks, I've finished redoing it in wood, and I will say I think it looks much better. This is never gonna look like the museum I always kind of wanted it to look like in some ways, but I will say, at the very least, it blends in now. It's definitely getting there. The problem is definitely the walls, the main walls, but they're going to get cut into. They're going to get swapped out with stuff. I think it needs some oak somewhere to look less odd. But what I was thinking is on this floor here, let's say we just start cutting in there. Unfortunately, a little bit small. It's hard to... If I just make that one bigger... I just want like an archway, you know? What's the smallest archway you can theoretically do? 1, 2, 3. I think we can do this a little bit better actually now that I think about it. I've got a little bit of a plan. Let's just rebuild that. What I'm probably going to do is finish this off before the next episode, but I'd like you guys to be here for each design bit. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's a 1. No, not quite. I'm just trying to think of the best way to make an archway. It's surprisingly different. I think maybe just like that. Bring those in again. That actually might be the best we're going to get. Without it looking weird. I'd like to extend it out by 1. Maybe if we just do this. Like that instead. Yeah. So I think we're going to have a series of those across the top floor, all covered in... It can't go there because I'm going to have to measure out the whole bloody thing and count it and blah, 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 blah. But I think we have those going across the top. They're going to be filled in with glass. That's going to break up this top floor really nicely. And then we just need to come up with a way to break up this bottom floor as well. And then we should be good. In theory. So it's a 2 from that line there. So I think if we just start building them, if anything. My theory is because the mountain looks like it goes into the... Because the museum looks like it goes into the mountain, then it doesn't really matter. I'm going to push this along by 1, I will say. It doesn't really matter if one of them sticks out a little bit more, because you can just say, oh, well, it's just going further in. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I reckon that's enough. How's that look? Yeah, yeah, yeah. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop. Is that right? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, might just about squeeze in perfectly anyway. Ah, not bad, not bad. Completely looked out, but let's pretend I didn't. Let's pretend it was totally on purpose, and we just replace a little bit of this with... Doing cheeky. Okay, grab some glass, and then stick that in. In the right hole this time, please. Thank you very much. I know what you're trying to do. I'm not having that. Not my watch. It might look even better if we... See, I thought the scale of this thing was massive, and then you start to build it and you realise, well, I could do with lots more room. I would like tons more space, please. Because what I'd like to do is border these windows with the wood. The problem with that is the wood will then hit the wood at the top, and I think it's going to look weird. It's definitely a step in the right direction, though. I think a few more things like that, find a way to break up that bottom floor a little bit. And we can get there. We can get there. I am just going to keep on working on this on my own. And what I will try to do is have this basic shell finished by the next video. And then we'll build a staircase, and we'll do little chambers. We'll have some fun doing the inside. The inside is going to be the fun bit. You know, we had to get through the outside to get to the inside, obviously. But I think it blends in. I really do. I think it fits, and that was something I was really worried about. I think we can make it fit even better. All we need to do is this. I'm realising that there's a much quicker way to do this, but I've committed now, and this is what we're doing. I feel like I just hit the wrong bit constantly. Oh, a little bit lag, a little bit of lag. I'm going a little bit intense here. It does dominate, let's not pretend otherwise, but it fits, it blends, it's got the same stuff going on. It needs some more work. I think it needs more windows, obviously. It needs something at that bottom floor to break it up. It kind of looks like a church to me, if I'm honest, right now, which isn't really what I was aiming for. TBH, LOL, but that's okay. You can actually have some slightly elongated ones there. I don't know if I like that. Maybe just bring it in on this side instead. Away from the door. That probably makes more sense, actually. So the top floor's got these lovely little arched windows in. What's the bottom floor going to have to make it look a little bit different? How do we break up the monotony of that cobblestone on the bottom? I think we might do another layer of wood along there, and then that'll give those windows like a bottom. At the moment it looks a little weird, like they're sitting on the wall itself, but I want them to look like they're framed a little bit. So if we put wood along that line, I think that'll help. But I think that looks pretty good, actually. I'm definitely a lot happier with it with the wood than I was before. It definitely needs some love, but I think we can get there. I think we can get there. Leave some suggestions down below. What do we do with that bottom floor? And is there anything in particular you would like to see on the inside? We're not there yet, obviously. We'll get there next episode, but just gonna do that. But yeah, if there is anything in anything in particular you think would look good in this building in general, just let me know, and I'm happy to take suggestions and stuff like that. And yeah, sorry this was a bit of a weird episode, but we had to get there eventually, right? Okay, thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Please hit the like button if for some reason you're still here. Cheers, much love as always. Bye-bye. Hey folks, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to help support me a little bit more, you can do so at patreon.com/bestinslot. There's a link in the description down below. Every little really does help in times like these, but it's not at all expected, and by just watching the video you've already helped me out massively, and it makes you a pretty cool person, so well done you. Thanks for joining me either way, I'll see you next time.